What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Grady and I listen to country music and whatever else I want to. And today, we're going to do something new. We're going to do a top 10 list of the best Dierks Bentley singles ever. Now, I've never done one of these videos that's just like a deep dive on one artist, but I think it might actually be really fun, and maybe if this does well, we can make this into a kind of series. So what I did was took all of Dierks Bentley's singles, and I think there's about 34 of them, wrote them on little pieces of paper, and then I've been kind of moving them up and down and trying to figure out what is my top 10. That's a harder task than I thought it was going to be. It was easy to figure out kind of which ones weren't my favorites, and that would be mostly stuff from like the Black era. Stuff like the song Black or Different for Girls. But on the whole, if I have one impression from having done this exercise, it's that Dierks Bentley has a freaking deep bench of good singles. Holy crap. Our Arizona boy has been bringing it for almost 20 years. He, has a few themes that run through a lot of his music, stuff about, I would say, movement and travel and leaving. There's a sort of restlessness to his spirit where he kind of always wants to be out in the desert, but he also kind of wants to be rooted and with his family. And that sort of tension drives so much of the narrative of Dierks Bentley, and it's created a ton of good songs. It took a long time, but I finally settled on my top 10 Dierks Bentley singles ever. And let's just jump right through them. At number 10, Burning Man.
Half your life you struggle.
Burning Man is the second single off Dierks Bentley's most recent album, The Mountain, and it's a song that perfectly captures that restlessness that I was just mentioning. He's a little bit holy water, but a little bit Burning Man. This song kind of captures a lot of the evocative, natural, deserty elements of what Dierks likes to sing about, and I think bringing the brothers Osborne on, especially TJ Osborne's super deep, gruff voice, really enhances that kind of dark duality that the song is getting at. Now, this is one of the few Dierks singles that he didn't write at all. It was written by Luke Dick and Bobby Pinson, and it really is about kind of the duality of our human nature. He's searching for something spiritual out with the Joshua trees, and yet he is experiencing this kind of darkness and this desire to go wild or maybe do drugs out at the Burning Man festival. And I think that's so much of what Dierks' music is about. He does that similar to Eric Church on a song like Desperate Man. They both like to sing about this kind of search for meaning inside of themselves, and I think Burning Man captures that really well. It's about the darkness, the shades of good and evil, of light and dark. I think especially because this song was sandwiched between Woman Amen, which is sort of one of these woman worshipping songs, literally, and Living, which is a very kind of happy-go-lucky song. This really in the middle, I think, brings the kind of gravity to the songwriting that makes Dierks really interesting. And so I really like that it was released as a single. And it just sounds cool. At number 9, Settle for a Slowdown.
Let your wheels just turn down the road ahead.
Now, this is a song off Dierks' 2005 album, Modern Day Drifter. And it's one of the most creative breakup songs I've ever heard. It's not saying, I miss you. It's not saying like, oh, what we had was amazing. It's got a really interesting way of capturing a breakup, which is pining for brake lights. He wants to see her stop, or at least hesitate as she's leaving him. And I think just for that reason alone, I find it an interesting song. It's such an interesting way to think about a breakup. But I think also his vocal on it, where he has these big sustained notes in the chorus, that makes this a really gorgeous song to listen to at the same time, and it captures he's good at longing. I think you're also going to see in this video that he likes themes of movement, of literally distancing from other people, going one way, and in this case, a girl is going away from him. And that is so, look, even the title of this album, Modern Day Drifter. This guy likes themes of drifting, and it's captured well in this song. It's also one of many, 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 many singles that was co-written by Brett Beavers. Now, Brett Beavers is a guy out of Waco, Texas that, so much of kind of the first half of Dierks' career, for like a good decade, they were collaborating on almost every single. So they had a really good relationship. They haven't worked together in the last few albums. I don't know why, I don't know the story there, but Brett Beavers and Dierks clearly were in sync for a good many years, and this is one of many songs on this list co-written by him. At number 8, Long Trip Alone.
It's a long trip alone.
That's from an album of the same name, Long Trip Alone, again with the themes of trips and driving and going somewhere. I think this song is on the list. I don't think it is his flashiest single, but it's on the list because I think it is maybe the prettiest melody. I think the way that the chorus flows is so lovely on this song.
'Cause it's a long trip alone.
I also think that the sort of haunting fiddle is really pretty. He's sitting there just dreaming of this girl and wishing that he weren't alone. And then that mournful kind of fiddle sound, it just sort of is like a nice release after the sad chorus. At number 7, Come a Little Closer.
Come a little closer, baby.
You know, Dierks has a few of these sort of sexy songs. He's got I Wanna Make You Close Your Eyes, which I will say has the best Wikipedia description ever of what that song is about. I'll put it here at the bottom of the screen. But Come a Little Closer is different than a lot of sexy songs. It's not some bombastic lyric. It's very patient. You kind of have this beat going all the way through it really slowly. And it's not even a big beat. It's just a very down-to-earth, sexy song, and it's a slow burn, as Miss Casey Musgraves might say. So maybe like sensual would be a better word for it than sexy, because he's very frank in what he's saying. Come a little closer, baby. I feel like laying down. I think that's what I like about it, and what kind of gives it a real simmer, is that there's not some big drop, there's not some huge moment of ecstasy. It's just a very frank statement that I want to get down with you. Number 6 is Trying to Stop You Leaving.
Got a pebble in my hand.
Now, if there's a song on this list that I feel like I'm going to take crap for because there's a few big hits that aren't in my top 10, I feel like it's going to be Trying to Stop You Leaving, because this is a kind of random one, but I've always loved this song. To me, this is quintessential Dierks. I like some of the imagery that we get in this song. I like when he's holding a pebble in his hand and he throws into the Rio Grande. I like that he's in both verses just describing where he is, and they don't really go for much narrative. They actually are just sort of setting a scene. But this song to me has such great dynamics. The whole part of the bridge where he's repeating trains a comin', rivers running, trains a comin', rivers running. And there are these images about something unstoppable, and that he's kind of swelling the volume that he's singing with and the way he's sustaining the notes. It's onomatopoetic in an incredible way. So you're getting that sense of something unstoppable, which is her leaving. Again, travel, leaving, trains, rivers. It's all Dierksy stuff. I feel like he's got such a style. I think this song really, really works. I love the lyrics in it, and I love how quintessentially Dierks it is. And his voice sounds good. It's got that kind of gravel. We're halfway through the list, and I do want to say a quick shout out to today's sponsor for this video, and it's Flag and Anthem. Flag and Anthem is a premium menswear company that's kind of vintage, country, western inspired. They sent me a bunch of clothes, and these clothes fit awesome. They're not super boxy, but they're not overly fitted, and they're really soft and comfortable, and they're high quality. You know, this shirt is Flag and Anthem. There's actually a whole line that Dierks Bentley has with Flag and Anthem of some of his shirts. And all of them, I really can't say enough good things about the quality of these, and I love the jeans they sent me as well. So you should check them out. I've got a promo code here on the screen, also down in the description down below. And yeah, go knock yourselves out. Thanks for sponsoring the video, you guys. All right, let's get back into the countdown. At number 5, Am I the Only One?
Am I the only one who wants to have fun tonight?
Now, Dierks has a lot of good party songs. He's got Sideways, he's got 5150. He does a good party song, but Am I the Only One is my favorite one, because I think it is the one that is kind of the most relatable. In this song, he's just trying to find someone to do something with him, and nobody else is really in the mood. And I think that is something that everyone has been there at some point in their life. You're just in a different mood than all the people around you, and you are ready to cut loose. I find it a really humorous lyric because of that. So it adds that kind of Luke Combsy relatability, that sort of being on a different page than the people around you aspect to the song, instead of just like, I'm ready to go crazy and I'm ready to I'm gonna go so crazy that the cops are gonna chase after me. That's fun, but this one's a little more real, it feels a little more grounded, and I like it because of that. There's a sort of shouty cadence to the chorus that's also very, very fun to sing along with. At number 4, Drunk on a Plane.
Buying drinks for everybody but the pilot. It's a party.
Now, Drunk on a Plane is the second broiest song that Dierks has ever done. The broiest being Somewhere on a Beach, which is basically Drunk on a Plane Part 2. It's like Drunk on a Boat. Drunk on a Plane, I think, is a way smarter song than it sounds like on paper. It sounds like it's gonna be a pretty stupid song, Drunk on a Plane. It's like Snakes on a Plane, but with alcohol. But I think that this song is way smarter than it seems just at first glance. Because as it goes on, you are getting this kind of party song about how he's getting drunk on a plane, but there's this little line in the chorus, I'll try anything to drown out the pain. That's why I'm getting drunk on a plane. And then you start to realize, oh shoot, there was supposed to be someone else on this plane with him. Oh shoot, he was supposed to be going to his honeymoon, and he's not. So that's why he's getting drunk on a plane. I feel like it's tempered by this sadness that is in such opposition to the kind of poppy thing happening around it that it makes the song 20 times more interesting than your standard kind of bro party song. So I think not only is that kind of poppy, infectious element of a great song here, so is an interesting story getting told. And so together, it's really hard for me to complain about this song, and I'm not. It's at number 4 on my list. I also think that this was my favorite of the kind of Dierks singles in the sort of post-Brett Beavers era that we're in now. I think with Riser and with Black, it took Dierks a second to kind of find his way again, and I think he's done that now with The Mountain. He's like really he's landed the plane, but he's come back and he's in a really good spot. At number 3, What Was I Thinking? This was the song that started it all for Dierks. This was the hit that put him on the map, and to this day, it is one of his best songs. It's just fun. It's undeniable.
But what was I thinking?
It's got this kind of sweet groove to it, this really kind of like rocking, fast, frenzied sound. And that sound really captures the naughtiness that this is about. The song is about a beauty from South Alabama named Becky, and Dierks just wants her. So much so that he ends up getting chased out of her house by her father with a shotgun, and he's asking himself, I know what I was feeling, but what was I thinking? And it's a funny song. It's delivered so quickly, and it's this rush. I mean, there's so many great instrumental moments just in the end of the chorus of the song where it goes, I know what I was feeling, but bum, 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 but what was I thinking? And then you go, so you get like the great drum moment, and then you get the great guitar moment right in there. And so I think there's so much musicality actually in this song, and it's a ton of fun. Altogether, it made for a smash single, and one that people still love singing today. At number 2 is I Hold On.
It's just an old beat-up truck. Some say that I should trade up now.
I Hold On is an incredibly simple song. It's an incredibly broad song. It's about Dierks Bentley not giving up on the things that he holds on to in life. But I think that it is the smartest version of a broad song. It's hard to make something super, super broad. I actually just talked about that in my Single Smackdown video with Lady Antebellum's What If I Never Get Over You. I criticized that song for not having enough imagery, but in this song, I feel like we get just enough imagery in order to sell a very broad concept. And in this case, the concept is commitment. The first and second verses are about a car and a guitar. Now, these are not crazy deep metaphors he's going for here, but he is describing in detail the dents in the car, or the scratches in the wood, or the memory of driving that car to Tennessee. We are given an actual physical image to imagine. And then once we've done that, we go into a chorus about Dierks loving faith and love and freedom and the things that he holds onto. So that's when we go broad. So many songs just stay up in the clouds. They stay talking about like, I love the people around me. I love like my things and I appreciate this life. But we're given actual tangible things to stoke our imagination, and then we're given the big broad chorus. I think there's that kind of same dark energy that I like at the beginning of Burning Man, at the beginning of I Hold On. You get a sort of seriousness from the sparseness of the instrumentation and the kick drum that is propelling this kind of intensity in the song, and I think that all of that serves the song extremely well. It makes it very satisfying when we kind of explode at the chorus. So there's great dynamics in this song, and then, you know, it tugs on the heartstrings because the third verse, bridge, whatever, is about a lover, about his wife. And that's like the other thing he's really gonna hold on to. I like that we even get a little bit of patriotism in this song. This is just kind of Dierks planting his flag and saying, these are the things that I care about. I feel like it is a moment of sincerity. It's incredibly broad, and I think this song strikes a perfect balance between specific and universal, and I've always loved it. And now, my number one song. I feel like it might surprise some of you guys. It's Free and Easy, Down the Road I Go.
Pair of boots and a sack of clothes. Free and easy.
This song is just a jam. This song is fun to listen to. It feels like you are driving down the road. You know what? You know that exact feeling of the kind of song that makes you want to roll your windows down and cruise? That's what this song does for me. There are not many words in this song. It is truly free and easy. This is a song that, again, uses a few little images to paint a big picture. We've got highline poles and a sack of clothes. We've got the sun shining down on him, ragweed on the radio. And I think that it just captures this kind of road trip vibe really well. It's another song that's kind of driven with a kick drum, but then we've got a ton of steel guitar kind of bending the sound and making it feel a little bit loosey-goosey, and we've got this quick plucking banjo to go along with the guitar that creates much more movement in the post-chorus of this song. The idea of this song is really upbeat, it's really happy, it puts you in a good mood, because it's a song basically about appreciating your life and moving through life without a care. It is a song that finds him saying he could make $1 million or end up broke, but free and easy down the road he goes. He's gonna keep rolling like an old banjo. He's gonna live life like a Sunday stroll. There's a lot of fun phraseology in the song, and there's not even many lyrics there. It's just a lot of simple little phrases that are meshed together in a really pleasant kind of way. Kind of reminds me of Darius Rucker's All Right, another song that is simply about looking around and being happy for what you have. And you need to have some of those in your catalog, and I think they're actually not that easy to write. It's way easier to write about things that are deep and important to you and tough or painful than it is just to feel great. And I think that where I sometimes can resent songs that are just trying to brush over anything hard and just be happy and positive, I think I do that because those songs sometimes are really dumb. And this song is instrumentally and lyrically very smart, and that makes me want to root for it. I also like that, you know, as I brought up a few times in this video, Dierks has certain things that he likes to think about, and one of those is travel, one of those is movement. It is how he kind of envisions himself, I think, and it's captured on so much of his songwriting. I even think about on his new album, there's a song called Son of the Sun, where he says there's a tumbleweed inside of me that's never gonna stop. And free and easy down the road I go, symbolically, it's almost like his mission statement. He keeps on going. And that also makes this song feel significant in a way. So yeah, it's my number one. I freaking love that song. So that is my list of my top 10 favorite Dierks Bentley singles. There's probably some surprises on there for some of you guys. You know, some people might be like, how is Home not on the list? Some people might say you did nothing from Up on the Ridge, his bluegrass album. And I like that album, but I do find the melody of Up on the Ridge, while very memorable, kind of ugly. Like those kind of half-step movements, I don't know, they feel tense to me. But yeah, I mean, I really don't dislike many Dierks songs. Like I said, he's got a deep bench. There's a lot of good stuff. I would love to know your top 10 Dierks songs down in the comments, and like this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't been here before. We got tons of good stuff coming up. You know, I have a podcast that I've now launched. That'll be linked down in the description down below. I have a Patreon if you want early access to videos. And yeah, I'm just trying to make this whole thing work. So I'll be back with more content very soon, you guys. And that's it.